Most Americans believe bankruptcy happens to people who are reckless or irresponsible. But the truth is far more disturbing. In the United States today, bankruptcy often begins with something unavoidable, like getting sick or injured. Millions of Americans are living one medical bill away from financial collapse without realizing it. Imagine doing everything right. You hold a steady job, pay your bills on time, and carry health insurance. Then one hospital visit rewrites your entire financial future. In America, healthcare is not just a service, it's a financial risk event. This is not a rare story, and it is not an exaggeration. Medical debt is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States. Even insured people are shocked by bills they never expected or agreed to. The statements arrive weeks or months later, each one more confusing than the last. The core problem begins with how healthcare is priced in America. Prices are not transparent, standardized, or predictable. You can walk into a hospital with insurance and still have no idea what anything will cost. Medical care becomes a financial gamble instead of a basic service. Insurance is supposed to protect people from catastrophic costs. Instead, high deductibles, co-pays, co-insurance, and out-of network charges create massive exposure. Most people don't understand these risks until it's too late. By the time the bills arrive, the damage is already done. A single emergency room visit can cost thousands of dollars. This happens even without surgery or complications. If hospitalization is required, costs can rise into the tens or hundreds of thousands. No middle-class household can absorb that without destroying savings or going into debt. Medical emergencies do not wait for financial readiness. They don't care about budgets, savings goals, or life plans. Illness and injury strike randomly. When they do, Americans are forced to choose between health and financial survival. Many people delay care because of cost. They hope symptoms disappear on their own. This often makes conditions worse and more expensive later. Fear of medical bills creates a cycle of worsening health and deeper debt. Even employer-sponsored insurance often fails. Deductibles can be so high that patients pay thousands before coverage helps. The first wave of financial damage hits immediately. Emergency savings can disappear in days. Once savings are gone, options disappear. People turn to credit cards, personal loans, or borrowing from family. These choices create long-term financial strain. A short medical event becomes a multi-year financial burden. Medical bills are uniquely dangerous because they arrive fragmented and delayed. As multiple providers bill separately with different rules and deadlines. Patients struggle to understand what they owe and to whom. Fighting errors becomes overwhelming during recovery. Overwhelmed patients pay bills they don't fully understand. Errors go unchallenged and deadlines get missed. Collections, penalties, and credit damage follow quickly. Once medical debt enters collections, consequences spread fast. Credit scores drop and borrowing becomes more expensive. Housing options shrink, and job opportunities can be affected. The damage follows people for years after the illness ends. For families, the impact is even worse. One person's medical emergency can destabilize an entire household. Spouses work more, children sacrifice opportunities, and long-term plans are abandoned. Survival replaces progress. This is why GoFundMe has become America's unofficial healthcare system. Millions rely on donations to pay medical bills, not because they want to, but because no other options exist. Insurance and savings fail first. Medical crowdfunding is framed as generosity. In reality, it signals systemic failure. No functional healthcare system requires public begging. Survival should not depend on viral sympathy. Medical bankruptcy does not discriminate by effort or intelligence. Teachers, engineers, and professionals all face the same risk. Responsibility offers no protection. 8. This is a structural failure, not a personal one. Older Americans face even greater danger. Healthcare needs rise as income falls. Medicare leaves major gaps that require expensive supplemental coverage. Many retirees cannot afford those protections. Younger Americans aren't safe either. High deductible plans and unstable employment leave them exposed. Many are technically insured but functionally unprotected. One accident can create decades of debt. The psychological toll of medical debt is enormous. Financial stress compounds physical stress. Recovery slows and anxiety rises. Mental health erodes alongside finances. People begin avoiding more than doctors. They avoid opportunities and risks. Fear of losing insurance traps them in jobs and situations they hate. Life grows smaller under constant threat. This is how healthcare becomes a tool of control. When survival depends on employment at all costs, people endure quietly. Risk-taking disappears. Demanding change feels dangerous. The most dangerous part is normalization. When millions share the same fear, it feels inevitable. Outrage fades and resignation takes over. The crisis becomes background noise. But this situation is not inevitable. No other wealthy nation allows medical bills to destroy lives at this scale. No other system places this much risk on people for needing care. The system persists because it is complex, fragmented, and profitable. Confusion protects those who benefit. Reform becomes slow and difficult. Complexity hides responsibility. Till healthcare is treated as a public necessity, fear will remain constant. One diagnosis will continue to threaten everything. Stability will feel temporary. Planning will feel risky. That fear shapes how people live and define success. Dreams shrink and ambitions narrow. Survival replaces growth. Stability becomes a luxury. This is why many Americans aren't financially secure, even when they look successful. Beneath normal life is a system ready to collapse. Failure isn't required. Illness is enough. The real tragedy isn't just bankruptcy itself. It's the millions shaped by fear of becoming one of them. People delay care, avoid risk, and hope nothing goes wrong. Hope becomes the only defense. Till this changes, getting sick will remain a financial crisis. Bankruptcy will remain common, not because of irresponsibility, but because the line between stability and collapse is dangerously thin.